Alright, so this is our Wake It Up forecast reading for February. Where are we at currently? What is the theme of the month? What are we going to accomplish this month? What should we be avoiding this month? What should we embrace? Obstacles of the month. Just one spirit, please. Obstacle of the month. Where are we going to find support? Action to take this month. And then, of course, advice and encouragement. I'm going to pull advice and encouragement from my 11 Moons deck and postcard from Spirit. Hey, Bree. Y'all, I just realized I didn't look up the whole time I was shuffling. And let's pull a postcard from Spirit. And then I'm going to pull some additional oracles from my Oracle's Notes deck for each of these. And we can get into it. Let's put that right there. I'm just doing the reading for the month so that I can post y'all's vlog, because this is the last thing that I need to do for it. Honestly, this reading is giving me very mixed messages. So I'm kind of anticipating going through it and identifying what is really going on, because it's a lot up and down. But that makes sense. It is Pisces season, so not quite, but you know, we'll be moving from Aquarius to Pisces season, all that water and air. It's bound to create a little turbulence. All right, and I'm gonna do 3 oracles from my Afro Goddess Oracle, because I don't know, Spirit just told me to do that, so I'm gonna do that real quick. I haven't used my Afro Goddess cards in a while. Oh, okay. Okay, I like what I'm seeing. Okay. All right. So currently, where are we at? Okay, we got the spiritual partnership card come out. I don't know if y'all can see that. And then we got the Page of Cups. All right. So we are definitely in transition. You know, we have been getting a lot of new downloads. We've been deepening our connection with Spirit. And we may even be meeting some people that cause us to question some things. within our belief system and within ourselves. And we are exploring those things and mending the parts of ourselves that need to be opened to be able to kind of understand those things. So we're in a place of transition. We're in a place of spiritual adaptation, and we're in a place of emotional understanding. That is pretty much our current self. We also are in a place where we're very receptive to the messages that we're receiving, and we're also receptive and open to building the partnerships necessary to further the intentions of those messages. Alrighty. Theme of the month for February. We got double emperor, and I love that for us. I love that for us because this month is going to be about security. It's going to be about stability. It's going to be about consistency, discipline, mastery. Okay. We are going to stand on our squares this month. Okay. We're going to be focused on the expansive nature of creation. And we understand that does not come with instant gratification. It comes with consistency, discipline, and vision. Okay. And I love that these two are coming out because it's like we know where we need to be reserved and we know where we need to take risks. Okay. We know where we need to submit and where we need to stand alone and take the lead. Okay. We understand where we need to go all in and where we may need to withdraw. And the theme of the month is really going to be that, standing on your square and being that emperor, period. I love that for us. What are we going to accomplish this month? Confidence, authenticity, passion, vision. Okay? Confidence, authenticity, passion, vision is what we're accomplishing. Now, those are very broad, right? Those are very broad. Let's make it a little bit more specific about accomplishments. I feel like there's something specific that you've been working on or that you've been thinking about that you're going to get that concrete strategy. You're going to get that concrete vision. You're going to get that concrete plan or support that propels you into pushing out that project. Not now, but soon. Okay? And I feel like that's going to be an accomplishment as well for some people. Also, it feels like some of you are letting go of your hyper independence and stepping more into a space where you understand that, yes, I am independent. I can do everything on my own, but I do have the opportunity for support. I have a lot to give, and I'm opening that door. Okay. What should we avoid? What should we avoid? Argue for your limitations and you get to keep them. So avoid clinging to your self-imposed restrictions and limitations. Why are you clinging to them? Let them go. Yes, it's scary at first. It feels foreign. It feels uncomfortable. You feel like you ain't shit. You don't know shit. You may have to have some imposter syndrome. But at the end of the day, after you get through that discomfort and you go through the process of mastery, you're on another level. You have access to new experiences, and that is what life is about. So the more that you cling to comfort, the more likely you are to stay stagnant, and you're not going to be moving forward from your heart. Avoid clinging to your limitations. Avoid clinging to comfort and complacency. I feel like that's what these two are giving me. Okay. What should you embrace as we move through the month of February? Fast. All you need is water. This is a good energy coming up because we're going to be doing a challenge anyway. I'm going to be fasting. I don't require you guys to fast. But I'm going to be fasting, and we're going to be doing a lot of work on our bodies, on our minds. We're going to be journaling. We're going to be doing rituals. So there's going to be some spiritual components to this. And you need to avoid overdoing it, but also underdoing it. You need to avoid overfilling yourself and overindulging. You need to avoid putting yourself into a position where you're constantly consuming. You're not releasing, you're not making space for anything, and you're wondering why things that you really want are not manifesting. Okay? You need to avoid constantly clinging to your emotional disappointments as a part of your experience. Yes, those things happened to you. They made you who you are today, but they do not define you. So you don't have to walk around carrying that weight, carrying that story all the time, just to say, oh, I did it, and have that chip on your shoulder. Let that shit go, okay? Those are the things that we need to avoid. What should we embrace as we move through this month? We need to embrace new perspective. We need to embrace travel. We need to embrace new ideas, getting outside of our patterns, moving outside of our comfort zones, creating strategy to bring our innovations forward. Okay, all of this is indicated with the Six of Swords. I also do want to indicate that the Six of Swords is definitely Mercury and Aquarius energy. Mercury is going to be moving into Aquarius at some point in the beginning of February. I can't think of the exact date right now, but you guys will have it soon once I send out this blog. And with that being said, all of that is encompassed here. So embrace that energy of Mercury and Aquarius, of forward thinking, forward movement of the mind, because that's further going to translate with further forward movement in your experience. Also, be willing to embrace new ideas, because sometimes the things that you think are concrete in terms of your inherent values really don't make sense in the grand scheme of things, in the bigger picture of the person that you're becoming. And you need to kind of reconcile those things and create space to actually be able to move forward. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Also, we have this energy come through of judgment, okay? So judge yourself accordingly. What you tolerate, you encourage, even from yourself. And if you haven't been doing your best and you've been pussyfooting and half-assing, you need to judge yourself and say, it's damn well time for you to get yourself together. You need to judge yourself and say, listen, I know you can do better. I know you can give more. I know you can be better committed. So let's go ahead and do the damn thing instead of pretending like we're doing a damn thing. That's what we should embrace. Obstacles of the month, we got the Nine of Wands. This is very much a test that's going to come up. And then we have this card that says the shadow is you too. So this is a test of self-sabotage. This is something that you have been struggling with, and it keeps coming up and coming up and coming up. And it's going to come up again because clearly you have not learned your lesson. And until you embrace that you are indeed the problem, and this probably has to do with some need that you have for escapism or avoidance or extrasensory pleasure to cover up something that you're really feeling deeper inside, and actually passing that test and learning that lesson, passing the test of grace, passing the test of patience, passing the test of perseverance, passing the test of discipline and consistency. Instead of doing that, you just go back to what you're comfortable with and shut it down. And I feel like that's what's coming up as the obstacle. Where are you going to find support? You're going to find support in emotional exploration and balance, okay? The moon. We got a Pisces new moon this month, and we got a Leo full moon this month. The Leo full moon is definitely about balancing out your individuality with who you are within a collective, okay? And learning how to incorporate both of those things to the best of your ability instead of going to one extreme or another of attachment, control, and manipulation. The Pisces new moon really ushers us into a new experience altogether. It's about rebirth. It's about redemption. It's about cleansing. It's about connection. Okay, it's very much 12th house energy. With that being said, we're going to find support in navigating those energies and building those points of balance and understanding our emotional profiles so that they are not shadow-like and putting us into states of self-sabotage. Okay? Also, we have where to find support. My income is constantly increasing. So, money is coming in. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know, how it's going to manifest, but it's coming in nonetheless, and it's going to be an increase over what you had. All right? Action to take this month. There's definitely going to be some mountains that are hard to climb. It's not going to be that instant gratification. It may feel like it takes forever to get to the top, but the point is keep climbing. Keep climbing. You're going to get there. You'll notice the number 21 on this card. 21 equals 3. 3 is the form of the tree. Okay, I just talked about the number 3 in our full moon reading, and here it is coming up again. When we speak about the number 2, it's a point of initiation. Okay, we go back to number 1, it's a seed. We add those together, it's the form of the tree. We are not seeing the full tree yet, but we're starting to see the budding aspects of our creations, and that's what we're looking for. I have half a mind to read this, so I'm going to read it. Can you imagine the amount of strength, resilience, and patient action required to climb the steep and rocky terrain of Mount Kilimanjaro? The mountain card appears when obstacles arise that you cannot avoid. These obstacles, struggles, or delays may be causing you to feel stuck, but it will be up to you to find a way to climb over this mountain. Don't stop till you reach the top. Sure, there will be hurdles and bad weather, but you were built to withstand the climb and ascend to a place of peace. We must always remember that this is our challenge, we must always remember that it is our challenges and hard times that eventually force us to elevate. As a whole, the mountain of a problem may seem overwhelming at first, but if you start on the journey, you will be able to overcome this obstacle step by step. If it's in love, you may actually be single, but if you are within a union, you may be feeling feelings of stagnancy together. It's time to examine if this mountain is worth climbing and make a firm decision to the journey towards the top, either together or alone, or stay stuck where you're at. The choice is yours. If it's in career, you may be experiencing a block of some sort. Honestly, examine the situation, then get moving. There is work ahead, but success is ahead as well. In health, problems associated with the head are indicated. So, there you go. Advice and encouragement. Okay, we have the key and the tree. Listen, if we create a firm foundation for our tree to stand on, it will be able to withstand the weather of any changes, delays, or obstacles that we may be faced with. Okay, and you'll see the number 5 on this card. I always talk to you guys about the number 5. Personal growth and transformation. It comes with some struggle. The weather may get a little tricky. Okay, it may freeze. It may start flooding. There may be some tornadoes, but the tree ain't going nowhere if the foundation is solid. It's not going to snap. It's been fed, it's been nurtured, and it's going to grow. And you need to understand that you are the tree in the month of February, and your nurturance of that tree, your building of the foundation of that tree is going to be the key to your open road as we move through the rest of the year. Okay. Also, in advice and encouragement, we have the energy of 33 come through. Mastery and wisdom is what the number 33 represents. It comes with this energy of, okay, I've mastered the form of my tree, and now I push that recreation and that manifestation into a point of healing. So that's so vast and so magical that I'm able to share it, that it gives me the validation, the motivation, and the redemption that I need. It gives me the recognition that I need, the pride, the confidence that I need. I understand that there is still work to do, but I have those components now that are able to propel me forward. Okay, we have third eye. This is Pisces season. It's a very spiritual energy. Obviously, we need to be looking beyond the surface. We need to be digging a little bit deeper, and we need to be putting ourselves into a place where we are leading with intuition. We are opening our heart, and we are understanding that the egotistical experience of the physical is not everything. It does not need to be dispelled. It is a part of our experience, but it is not everything. Okay? And then our postcard from Spirit says, Dearest you, on earth humans learn about life by telling stories and creating new ones based on shared experiences. Eventually, after repeating one often enough, it becomes your main story that you use to define yourself in the world. So to get to the answers you seek, you must get vulnerable and hear your story when you tell it. Ask why you tell it. Is it really true? What else can be true? Can you see the truth that spirit is in all things? Do you see how other stories overlap and intertwine? Spirit loves stories, for they are like blueprints for co creation. So tell the one we know to be true about you, a story of courage, gratitude, and honesty. Tell an empowered story about well being, wisdom, and grace. You will experience your world according to the story you tell about it. So make sure they're stories you're proud of. Genuine, loving fan club. You are so loved over here. Ashe to that. I will leave you all with that. That is our Wake It Up forecast reading for February, and I will see y'all later.